In the first age of the world, when the islands of Japan were still wet with their own birth, the god Izanagi and the goddess Izanami were husband and wife. Together they had shaped the land out of brine and spear drip, and together they had fathered mountains, rivers, wind, and sea. But the last child Izanami bore was fire, and the birth burned her from within. She sickened and slipped down into darkness and died. Izanagi could not accept it. He wept until his tears became a goddess of springs. Then, in grief and stubbornness that no god before him had shown, he did what no living thing was meant to do. He went down after her, into Yomi, the land of the dead. The road down was steep and lightless, narrower than the paths of the living, and it smelled of cold ash. At the threshold of Yomi, in a great hall where no sun had ever reached, he found her, a shape in the dark, familiar, waiting. "Come back with me," he said. "Our land is not finished. Come back and help me finish it." Izanami answered from the shadows, and her voice was still her own. "You have come too late. I have already eaten the food of this land, and that binds me here. But because you have come so far for me, let me ask the lords of Yomi if I may be permitted to leave. Wait for me, and whatever happens, do not look at me while I am gone." Izanagi agreed, and he waited. The dark pressed close, and the waiting stretched on, long past patience. At last he could bear it no longer. He broke a tooth from the comb in his hair, lit it like a torch, and turned the small flame toward the place where she had gone. What the light found was not his wife. It was a body in ruin, rot swollen, crawling with maggots that had undergone different stages of decay. She had become, fully and irreversibly, a creature of Yomi. Izanagi screamed and ran. Izanami woke to the light and to the sight of his horror, and shame turned instantly to fury. "You have shamed me," she cried. Then she sent the hag women of Yomi after him, then the 8 thunder gods, then an army of the dead itself, and finally came running after him herself. Izanagi fled up the dark road with everything he had. He flung down his headdress, and it became grapes. The women of Yomi stopped to eat them and fell behind. He threw down his comb, and it became bamboo shoots. They stopped for those too. Still Izanami gained on him, and still the dead came on. When he reached the pass that opened back into the living world, he saw a great boulder there, one that would take 1,000 men to move. He set his shoulders against it and heaved it into the gap between the two worlds, sealing the road forever. From the far side, Izanami's voice came through the stone. "If you do this, I will strangle 1,000 of your people every day." Izanagi answered her, "Then I will cause 1,500 to be born every day." And so it has been ever since. Death takes what it takes, and life outruns it by that same stubborn margin. Izanagi did not go back to the world clean. He had carried the stain of Yomi up into daylight, and he went to a river to wash it away. As he did, gods poured out of him with the filth of Yomi. From his left eye, as he rinsed his face, came Amaterasu, the sun. From his right eye came Tsukuyomi, the moon. From his nose came Susanoo, storm and sea. Out of his grief, and out of the one boundary between the living and the dead, the sky itself was populated. He never went looking for his wife again. Some things, once seen, cannot be looked away from, and some doors, once shut, are better left shut. Some myths are older than the gods who tell them. If this one gave you chills, follow and subscribe to Myths and Mortals. New legends drop every week, and you don't want to be the one who missed the next descent into the dark.